Killing is a cycle, one that started long before Vander and me, and it will continue long after the two of you. I'm done running in circles. We build our own prisons, bars forged of oaths, codes, commitments, walls of self-doubt and accepted limitation. We inhabit these cells, these identities, and call them us. I thought I could break free by eliminating those I deemed my jailers, but I think the cycle only ends when you find the will to walk away. Hello, Governor. This is Rakai Steed, new from the Ville. Arcane, Season 2, Episode 8, Killing is a Cycle. And for this, I call this, we make our own prisons. In this episode, we see that after the battle where Isha sacrificed herself in Episode 6, Jinx surrendered to the enforcers. She was tired and she was broken with Isha's sacrifice. She's come to the realization that everything she does, everything she touches, she turns to shit. She is a true Jinx and she wants to finally break the cycle. And she figures the only way that she can break the cycle is by accepting that it's over for her. One of the reasons why the fight between her and Vi early in maybe Arc 1, when Vi had her down, she was ready to let go because she'd already lost so much. Even to the point where she was ready and willing to accept death at the hands of her sister. So we see that Jayce is back, and even though he still got that look of crazy and dirty on him, like, how long has it been since he washed his ass? Ugh. Caitlyn reunites with Jayce and with Mel, and that's a whole different thing about Mel. Mel has some newfound magical powers, and she finds out that who she thought she was is not who she actually is. And Bessa has not been completely forthright with the truth, and Mel may be a love child between Ambessa and a mage. Okay. But Mel, she is her. She done turned into the Phoenix and she got some powers. So she has found her way back to Piltover. And she's very aware now of what Ambessa's ambitions are and kind of what is going on. She was operating for a long time in the dark. Viktor, in his new iRobot form, tried to come in. He was very aware of how to get through the academy and into the tower. And he tried to negotiate with Jayce and Mel. However, Jayce, being that he is fresh off the hellscape that he was in, he knew that there was no negotiation with Viktor. He knew that, and not only that, we're talking about he took Viktor out. But he finds out that Viktor's not gone. The body that Viktor was in seemed to be gone, but no, Viktor is still alive, and Viktor's more determined than ever, which in turn makes Jayce more determined than ever. So they have one hell of a battle in the room where the counselors meet. And if it wasn't for Mel using her newfound magical powers to hold Viktor's new body back, Jayce wouldn't have had time to turn his hammer on Viktor's iRobot body and take it out. But that just, Viktor's conscious transferred elsewhere. So in this, Ambessa ends up talking to Viktor Viktor negotiates with Ambessa. If he can't negotiate with one side, then he will use Ambessa's ambition and negotiate with her. Because Viktor's goal has always been the same. It's just that people are not seeing all the red flags at this point. Viktor saw humanity itself as a weakness. All the chaos, all the strife. That was the message hidden within the pattern. That we are the problem. We're flip sides of the same coin, and even though we might find joy and solace and satisfaction in what we're doing in the life we're living, the flip side of that coin was hate and anger and malice. Viktor was going to solve that problem. Ambessa couldn't see through that, and she knew that her ambition, what she wanted, the hex tech, so that she could go back and fight the war on her own front and maybe taking over Piltover, that's what she wanted. She couldn't see Viktor's true goal. Viktor said that every soldier, every person that wanted to be enhanced by his gift, he would grant, and that would give her limitless, unbeatable soldiers who felt no pain. The only thing Viktor needed was access to the hex gates and the wild rune that was below Piltover. Singed starts working on Vander. Vander was taken out by Isha, but he's not dead. He's severely injured. We see that Rictus was killed by Vander, Warwick, and Singed couldn't do anything to save him. But again, remember, Singed has his own agenda. Everything that he's doing, all this research is doing for the love of his daughter. That's all he's trying to do, is revive and bring back his daughter any way that he can. When Warwick becomes part of Viktor's crew, whatever it is that Singed does to him to inject Viktor into him, strips Vander, strips Warwick of all of his memories. So the Vander that we knew, the one who had tamed the beast through Viktor before he was taken out by Jayce, that Vander's gone. He has no memories of Vi, of Powder, of any of it. He's now part of the hive mind. Jinx is in her cell and Vi comes to release her. Caitlyn sent all of her guards away to, man the gate or something like that, which Vi didn't realize that Caitlyn knows Vi. She knows what she's going to do, and Vi's going to reach out to Jinx to see if she can talk some sense into her. But Jinx is broken after the loss of Isha. And Jinx starts to experience visions of Silco, and he's the one that tells her that we are in prisons of our own making. He also tells her that violence is a cycle that can only be broken when one walks away, which I started this video with. When Vi releases Jinx, Jinx turns around and locks Vi up. Her design is not to continue the cycle and to involve Vi anymore. She has to be rid of herself in order for Vi to go on and live a fruitful life. She feels like she has been holding back Vi all this time. She says that there is no good version of her. And it makes sense that she's just not here anymore. So next, Caitlyn releases Vi from jail, but then they have this weird, overly extended scene of them getting it in, and okay, we get it. They, love each other, they, lick a lot. We get it. We know. Okay. We don't gotta see that. The animators, what they're going through. Y'all done, you went past fan service. You're on some old, anyway. Jayce ends up teaming up with Caitlyn to evacuate Zaun. So Jayce has this meeting and he involves everyone. He's like, yeah, we got this threat coming and we should all be together and we want Piltover and Zaun. And most of the people in Zaun, Savika, and everybody else is like, you done made that up. You have been trying to take us out. You didn't find any worth in us. You didn't find any value. And now you want our help? How convenient for you. But Jayce also says, that anyone who's not willing to stay with this fight should absolutely evacuate both cities because it's going to take all hands on deck. And, I get it. You don't want to be in a fight, but just better believe they coming for all of us. So if you don't want to be around, you need to break out right now. Ambessa came strong. She was not about that play. She came strong to assault Piltover and Zaun. The war is crucial. It is going down. Mel attempts to negotiate with Ambessa, but Ambessa ain't having it. And Viktor empowers Ambessa's soldiers to prepare for war. I like my quotes. And even though I usually, at this point, I give you a quote, I want to refer back to where I started with what Viktor said, because he's not the first person to say that. He just said it more eloquently and put a little bit more details in it that spoke to the scene. But we are in prisons of our own making. They are made of the oaths, commitments, and identities that we have given ourselves. A lot of times we are afraid to let other people down. And that's stronger than how we feel about letting ourselves down. There was a quote, and I just said I wasn't going to give you a quote, but there's a quote that I remember that this says, in 3 words, I can sum up everything that I've learned about life. And that is, it goes on. Thing is, there's hope even when your brain tells you that there isn't. And you have to determine that you will be stronger than your sadness. Jinx could not pull herself out. And I talked about in the last video, Leave It Behind. I talked about how I was in a situation where depression and toxicity almost swallowed me alive in this particular instance. And I had to leave someone behind to save myself. Only to find that I didn't. I left someone behind to save myself. And the only thing I did was get out of the hole that they were in and walk into my own cave, walk into my own hole. Depression nearly took me out. And it's something I know that you've heard me several times talk about mental health and the need for therapy. And I am very strong advocate for that. And I was one of those people that did not believe in it. I did. I believed in prayer. I believed in, just doing what's right, trying to be a good person. I didn't even believe in depression. I thought, depression was just one of those things like, it was on the road to crazy. Until it happened to me. And that's how most things are in life. We take everything with a grain of salt until it happens to you, until it happens to someone close in your family, someone that you love. Then it means something. We discount racism, classism, sexism, SA, all of the awful and ugly things that are out here in society, we have a disdain for them until they happen to us. And then it's like the scales are lifted from your eyes, and now things are real. Oh my God, why didn't someone tell me about this? I had no idea. Yeah, you did. You did. It didn't mean anything to you until it did. When I was going through my extreme depression, people kept telling me to work on myself. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? You know, over time, if you just work on yourself. And I was like, if you don't get the hell out of my face with that. I can understand how people want the pain, the hurt to go away and even take the decision to unalive themselves. And I am not in favor of that whatsoever, especially when it comes to me. I am awesome and wonderfully made. Thank you, God. Ha. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. But I can understand wanting the pain to go away. This ain't the kind of pain that you can take 4 Advil and call me in the morning. No. This is the kind of pain that to drown it out, people use drugs. People drink. People use other people, whether it's sex or something else. You do things to make you forget. The problem is that sometimes those things that you do to make you forget, it amplifies the problem. And when you wake up out of that stupor, or you wake up beside that woman that you have no idea how you got next to, or you wake up off that bender that you've been on, the problem is still there. A couple things that you can do. 1, exercise. I know what you're saying. It's like, boy, if you don't stop, when do you exercise? I have thought about it often. Don't start with me. And I do exercise, just not as much as I should. And just so we being clear, over the last year or so, I've lost over 100 pounds. Yeah. If I show you some old pictures, you'll be like, damn. Yeah. I've lost. And I've grown. Mentally, physically, spiritually. I have. Not close to where I want to be, but I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. You have to set goals. If I want to get from here to here, you cannot discount getting from here to here. And then you move to here. And then to here. Until you set small goals to help you achieve your large goal. Celebrate the wins whenever you can. Just do it. You have to connect with others. I'm going to come back to that one. Self-care is extremely important. And that doesn't mean that I'm talking about you wake up every morning and you start putting oils and treatments and rubs and creams on your face, on your ass, whatever. If that's part of your self-care, then by all means do that. Maybe you need a manicure and a pedicure. Maybe that's part of your self-care. Maybe you need to go, maybe you need a good massage, a deep tissue massage. And I'm not talking about like happy ending massage. I'm just talking about a regular massage to loosen up. Where, you know what, I'm gonna get off massage because it sounds like it's about to get freaky and I'm not trying to do that. Maybe you need to find hobbies that take your mind off things. Gardening, going to play pool, I don't know, axe throwing, starting karate, reading, doing yoga, playing more pickup basketball. I don't know what it is that you need in your self-care routine to make yourself better. Diet is a good place. And I'm not just talking about diet where you start eating all twigs and leaves and shit. I'm talking about maybe a healthier lifestyle. Maybe you don't need 2 double burgers. Maybe just start with eating one. Maybe less fries, less fried food, produced food, more natural, more organic. Maybe beyond just eating healthy, maybe you need to sleep more. The more that you sleep, the more that you energize your body. And if you get enough sleep, you eat well enough, and you do a little bit of exercise, you'll be amazed at how much better you feel on a daily basis. Your goal should be that every morning you wake up, it doesn't seem like you're waking up in a bad place, always on the bad side of the bed. That you're waking up ready to attack life. Thankful that your eyes were allowed to open and that you're ready to attack the day. You only have so many hours in a day. Your time is the most precious thing that you have. And that's more precious than all your money. Connect with others. I'm coming back to it. Silko said that we build prisons of our own making, and we are stuck by our oaths, our commitments, and the identities that we built for ourselves. Who are you exactly? Who have you propped yourself up to be, especially in this time of social media? Who do you proclaim to be on social media? Here's the one thing that we are very clear about. I am who you see. I am not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. I am intelligent. I'm a smart guy. I'm a creative guy. I've had a lot of experience. And this is the point that I'm coming from. That's it. I don't proclaim to be any genius or any expert on healthy living or any of this. Hell, I just ate a Little Debbie cake, iced honey bun not that long ago for breakfast. Worst shit I could have had for breakfast. Well, no, that's worse, but it's not healthy. However, I am a work in progress. And I'll pay for that later with some sluggishness or be repainting my bathroom because it's not what my body needs. And I know it. And I'm still working on a discipline to get me where I'm trying to go. Because at the end of the day, that's what it stacks up to. You doing what you're supposed to do comes down to discipline. You being willing to fulfill that promise to yourself. How can I give my kids, how can I give myself the best me possible? It ain't with no damn iced honey buns, I know that. Now, if you are disconnected from people, and I know that after COVID, things are different. I don't get out, I don't socialize, I don't do a lot of the shit I used to do. But I do this. And that's why I make an effort to read all the comments, because I do this. I connect with my kids and with their friends and the other adults at my kids' school. I connect with people a little bit. I need to get back in the regular habit of going to church. I've not went to church nearly as often as I should, but that's on me. How do you connect with people? How do you form your own self-care? How do you set your goals? Do you even have any goals? And not once in your head have you written them down. Are you doing a checklist? What are you doing every day to work towards that goal? Are you exercising? Is Silko right in what the visions that Jinx was having when she saw Silko and he was telling her, we make our own prisons? Do we? Are you still waiting for someone to bust you out of your prison? You waiting for somebody to break you out? Because I got news for you. They're not coming. You have to be your own champion and break your own ass out. This is Rakai Steed, Noob from the Ville. Make sure to like, comment, share this video as much as possible. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit subscribe. There's a lot of great videos in here, especially within this Arcane series. But there's a lot of videos that may resonate with you. It may be something that you need to hear. At the end of the day, it's all about this. But it's got to be about this just as much.